API. Now let's see how to get the source code for using this API in your language. Hi all, I'm Hari from ANTNA Technologies. Thanks for the good support that you're giving for our YouTube videos. So today in this video, I'll be explaining about ANTNA's e-invoice clearance engine as APIs. So as you have already seen in the other video or the previous video that we posted, we explained about our offerings that ANTNA's e-invoice clearance engines, different offerings. So if you missed to watch that video, you can go and watch that video again. So in this video, I'll be explaining about the APIs in detail, how to use this API in your application. Say you're using a C# or a Visual Basic based application. In this video, you'll get to know how to get the source code for using our APIs. So let's get into this video. So we have documented our API into a Swagger document, and this document is available in apidocs.antna.co.in. This I'll provide this URL in the description. You can go to this URL. So if you once you get into this URL, documentation of the APIs that we provide. So currently we offer 3 APIs. The first API is the Onboarding API. Onboarding API is used for onboarding your EGS e-invoice generation solution with the Fatura portal. Say you're using or you're already having a ERP or POS, you can onboard this ERP or POS as a EGS with the Fatura portal using the onboarding API. So the other API that we provide is the QR code generation API. So using this QR code generation API, you can generate Phase-2 compliant QR code using it in your B2B or B2C invoices. And then we have invoice or notes reporting API. And also we have the clearance API. So these reporting and clearance API will help you to get your invoice or note that you generated for Phase-2 get it cleared from the Fatura portal. In this apidocs.antna.co.in website, you can see an orange button called the Run in Postman button. When you click on this Run in Postman button, so it will take you to the Postman application. So if you don't have Postman application on your computer, you can install it separately. Using this only, we are going to see how to use the ANTNA's APIs, and also you'll be getting the source code from the Postman application only. So once you click on the Run in Postman button, you can see 2 options. One is View Collection, Import a Copy. So you can either view the collection on the website, Postman website, and you can log in using your credentials, or you can download a copy of the collection, the API collection that we provide. So once you download the API collection, you can import it in your Postman application. So let me open the Postman application. See. So here I have opened the Postman application and I have imported the ANTNA APIs for Phase-2 that we have listed on our website. So we have, as you can see that this is the Postman collection of our APIs. Then we have a folder inside that called ZATCA. Inside that ZATCA folder, we have 3 APIs. The first API is CSR request. CSR request is nothing but the onboarding API, which is used for onboarding the EGS, which I explained now. And we see the second API is the report document API, and also the other API we have is QR code API. So QR code generation is only for simplified invoice, and for a standard invoice, when you call the clear document API, we will automatically generate the QR code and share it with Fatura portal, and Fatura portal, when it signs the standard invoice that we provide, it will again put another QR code, and we should use the QR code provided by Fatura portal for printing it on your B2B invoices. So let me explain how to sign up into our system for using the APIs. So First, you click on the CSR request button, click on authorization, then click on get new access token, then the sign up page will be launched. Here in the sign up page, enter your email ID and then enter your password that you want to create the account for. Then after entering the email ID and the password, you click on the sign up button. Verification email will be sent to your email ID with a verification code. You need to copy that verification code and enter it here in order to verify your account. Once you verify your account, you will be able to sign in using that email ID and password. So here I'm entering the verification code which was sent to my application, which was sent to my email ID. So I have entered the verification code and then I'm clicking on the confirm button. See, and then I click on the proceed button. I get the access token for accessing the ANTNA APIs. Now I click on the access token, then now click on the CSR request. So once I get the access token, I can use it in the headers. So if, as you see, I click on the use token button and then it is set in the header. Now with using this access token, you can access the APIs. Whenever this access token expires, you need to sign in again and then get new access token, then use the token to access the APIs. This access token will be valid for 1 day. So for every day you need to renew the access token by signing in again. So now I click on the CSR request API, I click on the send button, I click the send button. Now it's sending request to ANTNA server. So in this CSR request, so we have given the OTP. So this OTP is from the Fatura portal. You have the since you are already a taxpayer, you will have the Fatura portal credentials. You need to log in into your Fatura portal, get the OTP for the EGS that you want to onboard, then enter the OTP here in the CSR inputs field OTP. Say I've entered 123345, then you need to give the other details related to your EGS. Say you need to enter the common name of your e-invoice generation solution. Say it might be the name of your ERP or POS system. Then you need to give the serial number of that system. Then you need to provide the organization. In the organization identifier field, you need to provide your taxpayer identification number. And then we have the organization unit name, your company name, which is your company name. Then we have organization name, which is again your company name. The organization unit name might be your company's, if your company is having multiple units, you can enter the specific unit name. And then we have the country name where you will be giving Saudi Arabia. And then we have invoice type. So in this invoice type field, say you're generating a simplified and standard invoice both, you need to provide 1100, and if you're only generating standard invoice, you need to provide 1000. So all these sample values will be providing it in the Swagger document. You can refer to the Swagger document for the fields that you need to use in this API. And then we have location and industry, which is the location of your company, and then the industry in which your company is doing the business. So once I give all these details and send click the send button for raising the CSR request, which is I am initiating the onboarding process for the EGS. So we'll be getting the response from ZATCA system. If the onboarding is successful, we'll be getting the success response. Say here you see the status is success and we are not seeing any errors. So our onboarding is successful. So once you onboard your EGS, now you can start generating QR code for simplified invoices. Say for a B2C simplified invoices, we need to generate QR code. We need to, in that QR code, you will be putting the cryptographic stamp, and this stamp needs to be provided to the customer before delivery. So when the customer is receiving the invoice, it will have the QR code which is already signed. So to generating this QR code, we have provided a separate API. So I'll explain the fields again. So like the same way how you created CSR request, again you need to provide the token that you generated by signing into our system. Now you click on the now you get to the body. In the body, you need to provide all the invoice data that you have. Say the invoice data includes the document type, the reference ID, document issue date, time, say when the invoice was created, and all the seller details, the buyer details. Then we have the line items. So all these fields are documented in detail in the Swagger document. So, and then I click on the send button. Now the QR code will be generated, and this QR code is base64 encoded QR code. So using this base64 encoded data, you can create a visual QR code which can be printed on the PDF document, or the invoice paper that will be issued by the POS for B2C transactions. So yes, so we can see that we have got the encoded QR code data, using which you can develop using which you can create the QR code in your application in any language. So now so the first process we saw that we onboarded our EGS, then we created QR code. Now the third step for the simplified invoicing is to report the document with the ZATCA system. So now I've clicked the report document API. I'm giving the access token, then I'm checking the access token is there on the header. Then I'm clicking on the body. Now same like how you generated the QR code, you need to give all the invoice data. So once you provide all the invoice data in this API request, this invoice will be attempted for reporting. So reporting is a process where you report the invoice data with the ZATCA server within 24 hours of the invoice generation, and this reporting process is only for B2C invoices, which is simplified invoices. So now once you enter the details, we can see that we got response from ZATCA server. The ZATCA response says the validation is successful and the status is passed. And also we see that reporting status is reported. So our invoice is being successfully reported with the Federa's portal. So these are the three APIs that we provide for now. In the future releases, we are going to expand our APIs into a PDF document API, where you can PDF download API, where you can download PDF A3 invoice using our API. Then you can also provide, and then we'll be providing clearance API for B2B documents clearance. And when you clear the invoices with Federa portal, this invoice can be automatically shared with your customer's email within the clearance process itself. So this is the APIs that we provide for now. If any updates in this API, we'll be updating it in the URL that I posted in the description. You can refer to this URL and be updated on that. And also you can download the Swagger document, which is swagger.yaml, and using that you can create your source code. And now I have explained how to use the three APIs, the reporting API, onboarding API, and the QR generation API. Now let's see how to get the source code for using this API in your language. Say the language that you are using in your current application. Say yes, so when I click on the code button, you can see here you can copy the code snippet for using this APIs. Here in this list we have right from C# to Java to JavaScript, even C, we have Node.js, we have PHP, we have Python, we have all the languages, all the major languages or popular languages here. So when you click on the particular language that you want to download the source code for, you say I'm clicking on C# for now, so I can download the code in C# language so that I can easily test it in my current application in the ERP itself or in the POS itself. You can explore these APIs. You can download the source code from the Postman application, test it in your current ERP or POS, and these APIs are free for testing in test environment for now. And if you want to integrate it in your ERP or POS, and if you want to go for production further, you can reach out to us through our WhatsApp or through the email or the other channels that we have provided in the description, and we'll be happy to help you in that.